Okay. All right. If you guys may, I do need your attention. Wow, why is the whole class gone? Yeah. All right. Sick. Huh. Huh. Yeah. All right. Hold on. All right. So, guys, I just passed back your exams. So, yes. Here. Okay. So, guys, let me go over some things for the exam in terms of what you guys can do now and what my policies are on retakes if you got a grade that you are not satisfied with. Okay. Hold on. Let's start first. Raise your hands if you watched all the videos I posted up. Okay. Last month. Okay, so it looks pretty good so far. Yeah, the class average this time was a little bit lower than I usually see. I suspect that's because I didn't really push like watching videos as much as I used to. But anytime I put something out, that's like stuff that's directly on the exam, like almost always, right? I don't think there's anything that I go over in class that's not on the exam. Like everything I go over in class is going to be on the exam pretty much. Okay. Maybe like save like 2 to 3% of the stuff I don't go over. I just happen to throw it out because there's just not enough room on the exam. Okay. So I would highly suggest you go over that for this month's upcoming exam. And plus, that was a lot of material, huh? Yeah. 17 sections. Has anyone started? Raise your hand if you start on this month's cover sheet stuff. Okay. Uh, is it a lot less or okay? Sophia, yeah, it totally is. Okay, good. So hopefully we're off to a good start for this next month. And if you're not satisfied with your exam, I do take an average of 2 of your exams. And let's say you get below a 60%. Let's say if you did, I automatically bump your first score at least up to a 60% if you scored less than a 60%. And then I average that out. Okay. So if you're not happy at all with your grade, then like you at least get a boost just for even trying. And well, you got to pass though the exam at least. Okay. Passing is technically a D. So these are the times you guys can take. You just need to email me which of these days and times you guys want to come in to retake the exam. I would maybe not suggest this time, Wednesday at 12:30 to 1:45. Does anybody remember why? If you've had me before, it's after lunch and it's 8th grade science. No, nothing against you guys, but in that transitionary year, you guys had a lot of energy. Okay. And you guys weren't the only one. Every 8th grade class, that's like for teachers, that's known as like the craziest classroom to teach. The 8th grade doesn't matter where you go. Okay. Even at beautiful MEA, you guys were nuts. Okay. You guys were beautiful, but as a unit, man, you guys were wild. Okay. So imagine trying to take a test in that environment. Like, whoa. Okay. Like, I was I that crazy? Okay. So I would maybe not suggest that one, but if you can bear it and you don't care, you're like, I can still ace this thing, then take it on a Wednesday. Okay. All right. So that's it for that. Everyone, please get out your handouts. One of the handouts. This is the handout that I want you guys to get out here. All right. So grab a handout. And again, if you don't have a graphing calculator, go check it out right now. Go check a graphing calculator out. Please fill this out right here, this top part. I'm going to give you about 2 or 3 minutes to fill this out. Okay. All right, guys. You guys got to choose a word from the word bank and then fill this out up here. Okay, that's it. That's your warm up. Go. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, it is, Tessa. What? I thought you liked English. English is fun. Math can be a bit dry. Wait, I gave you back your exam or no? Last name. Sierra. You got a Hewlett Packard. Yeah, here you are, HP computers. Okay. Yeah. So on these parts, so these, yeah, these blanks exactly, Marwa. Is that you said it right? Yeah. Just grab the word from the word bank. You have a few. You have a few choices. Which ones are right? Or is it? Yeah, it's not. It's not. Wow, eyeing me down, are you? You be looking me in the eye. Arr. Okay. So no Catherine, no Charlie, no Brendan, and no Petunia, no Ava. Ava Gonzalez. Hey guys, who's new to this school? Yeah, you were right. Okay, so if you're new to the school, what's very common is you have to do test corrections for these exams. So at the end of the month, I got to get your test correct. The good thing is, guys, I grab. Okay, so let me first explain what that means. Okay, I'm just jumping all over the place. I'm jumping the gun. Okay, what you're supposed to do is you take a separate sheet of paper, you go back and you write me the correct answers for the ones that you missed, like all the work for it, and then you give me one sentence about where your problem went wrong. Okay, um, for each problem that you get wrong. Yes. Um, Alongside that too, it's due at the end of the month and it's stapled on front, and then you write test corrections. If you score above a 90% or at a 90%, you could just write the correct answer right on the front with a different colored pen and just write at the top test corrected. Okay, so that's kind of the incentive to doing well. Okay, if anything, it just makes it easier for me too to go through as well. And what else am I gonna say? That's it, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you get credit for doing test corrections. So, oh, and that's your ticket to taking a retake if you want to take a retake. You have to get test corrections done. These problems, I don't know if you guys can tell, but a lot of almost all of them are from the book. So, just find it in the book and then look up the solution and you're good. Okay? All right, Miss Petunia, please come up and grab an exam. All right, and you guys keep working, I guess. Just await very patiently. Here you are. Okay. Yes. You know, I think he's supposed to be giving you guys thumbs up, but yeah. Oh, okay. I'm glad you guys interpret it like that. All right, good. All right, we'll keep it like that. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Usually people have doodles and whatever I can preserve, I try to preserve. So I like got two I can preserve. Do you really love it? Yeah, that last one was done on chalkboard. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's not. It's not. It's just. It's not at all. Yeah, it was done by Anthony Quiroga. All right, guys, are we done? Indigo. Yeah, been waiting. All right. Help me out. Okay, so what goes in which box, guys? Which one goes in which box? Indigo. This one right here. The Y-intercept. Okay, what else? Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Indigo. I don't want you to fill out all of them. Can anybody else give me this one? What was this one? Oh no. How about this one? This one. This one. This one. This one. Sorry, Miss Sierra. Oh, this is the Vertex. Sorry, no. I was all over the place. Dang it! I thought I tricked you. Okay. How about the bottom? That's the Vertex. Okay. Gotta mathematically pronounce it correct. And what about this weird dashed line that goes in the middle of the parabola? Ivory. Axis of symmetry. Axis appearance. Nope. Axis of symmetry. Yes, I was mixing up terms. I was thinking parent function, so the axis of parents. Okay. All right. So this is the axis of symmetry. Can anyone, in their own words, describe what the heck the axis of symmetry is, or what is it doing? Indigo, what do you think's happening here? Yeah, it's sort of like a mirror, right? if this looks across the mirror, then this is what's kind of in the mirror, right? Okay, so it's like mirror images there. Okay, so that's about it, and we're gonna kind of talk about it a little bit later in just a second. So today, guys, I wanted to save you guys some time because this usually takes a lot of time to do. Notice this graph here. So this is part of your notes. You normally have to write all this down, but I didn't want you to write it down because we got to move on, today. Normally how you graph in section, so we're officially in, just letting you guys know, we're still in 2-1, okay? 2-1, graphing quadratic equations. What shape do we call this buddy over here? What's the shape of this guy? Yeah, Hassan. Fayad. I don't know why I call you. Yeah, parabola. Can someone give me the coordinates for what is the vertex of this parabola? Katrina. How did you know that? We're supposed to. Okay, fine. It's fine. Okay. How about the axis of symmetry? Oh, not as many takers for this, Tessa. Ooh. Wait, did someone say? No, I didn't, but you did, but I didn't. That's funny. Okay. The axis of symmetry is a straight line that goes up and down, so it should always say y is equal to. Okay. It should never be, it should just be y is equal to something, some kind of number. Like if it was over here, it would be y equals 1. This would be y equals 2. But it's right at what, kind of hits the origin there, okay? The vertex is usually the most, what is it? The minimum point of your parabola or the maximum? Why would it be your maximum point? Can you give me a scenario where the vertex would be at the top instead of the very bottom? Yes, Tessa. Okay. All right, we're getting a little bit too far ahead there with the A, but essentially you might have a situation where your parabola is flipped upside down and what is now the bottom is now the top. Yes, Fayad. Yeah, guys. X is equal to 0. I tested you so well by giving you it wasn't a deliberate false error. You caught me. I made a mistake. It's X is equal to 0, guys. I'm sorry, because every Y value, the X value is always equal to 0. I'm sorry. I always mix them up, guys. So this is the axis of symmetry. All right, here is going to be your next exercise. On the board with you and a friend, okay? I want you guys to kind of do this, not super fast, but quick, okay? So don't try to be perfect about this. I want to train you to do this quick, all right? A little bit quicker. I want you to make a t-table. You see how I did it here? Like if I plugged in x here, I have to put it through the equation of y is equal to x equals 0, or x squared, okay? I would have to plug in -3 into this equation to get 9. Does everybody understand how the t-table works here? I want you to do a t-table and a graph for the following equation, okay? You're going to do y is equal to x squared plus 3 on a whiteboard, meaning you don't get the nice grid lines to do this, okay? I want you to graph very quickly, and I want you to do the t-table very quickly as well. Please go. Yes, anything that's on the board, erase it. Petunia's already on it, okay? So she good, okay? And Charlie, I need to talk to you. Come here. Charlie! Where have you been, Charlie? Huh? Chicken. Punch! Because you got a fist! Mr. Wee, the drawings got better. That's funny. That's awesome. Oh, truly? Yeah, that's so cool. They get you credit. No, you don't get your credit for art. Okay, so they need the credit of, they need a sign. Oh, I see. That is true. Watch out, Katrina. Okay,
they're in there with the marker. They're in the marker bin.
Yeah,
So let's just stray over here. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm here. Yes.
The erasers, are broken, but if the pens are not working, throw them away. If there's a dry pen, throw it away, okay?
They're not. That's why I like it. Y equals x squared plus 3.
No, you don't.
No, then it just makes it equal. Oh yeah.
Oh wait, it's X squared.
I'm trying to help you out.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm the longest.
You can do the curly crazy hair. It's not curly. It's
I'm just writing upside down.
Mine is
casually.
usually like a wavy. So.
Let's do it.
So let's do 1, right? So 1 times 1, that's 1.
I rejoice in doing it.
Shut up. So X is 1. Let's start with X is 1, right?
Wait, guys, look, I did it over there.
Yeah, X is 1, so then that will be 4.
4 and then 2 7.
2, so that wouldn't be 2. That 2 times 2, that would be 4.
No, but X. Yeah,
No,
but
X
only
is
with
two.
Well,
X.
what about the square?
No, wait, let me just explain it.
Do I
really have to go grab
Wait,
it?
so y is the square. So 2 to 7.
You want us to highlight it too?
3 to 12.
This is 1 thing.
So that's for English. Yeah, 16.
And let's make a graph.
Why not? It's so funny. I was asking the teachers for correction. It's 4.
Oh, no!
I don't call
And like went around the rim.
Okay. Now good.
So now we have to do a graph. So this is this is your x value. No, this is right on the test. So just go to letter is right. So just go to 6.
That's funny.
Okay, and then we'll go by scale.
Okay, now I'm serious. I will reach back and sucker punch you so hard. Do not force.
Upside down is pretty good.
That's beautiful. It's better than my normal
Writing.
handwriting.
I mean, I guess because most values are like 2
Oh, no.
like 20.
Marley's gonna be.
What's your
Marley's gonna be in the car. I'll have you scream. I'll have her scream.
It's gonna be the same one.
Even
Why is Marley
Just
an
do an
H?
H with it.
She might be.
Oh no, I
Well, then why? How many seats do we have?
Just squish. It's like 5 minutes away. We squish for way longer.
Why are we all reading that?
upside down. That's upside down.
Whatever, you know what it is.
When I was younger,
The doctor's like, okay, that's the right. Wait, what are you doing? And I wrote it upside down for her so she could see it directly. She's like,
Well, I do this.
brilliant child.
Okay, wait, so what are we doing?
okay.
So it's like really.
Should we go by 4?
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
4, 8, 6, no 12. 24, 28, 32, 36.
Here, I got it.
40.
It's going. It's going.
Okay,
Good enough.
so now we just gotta number all these so then we know, like, hey, yo, this is what. Okay, so 1, 4.
Sorry, guys. I'm just kidding. That's very good. That's very good. That was bad. That was bad. I thought.
She was like, just always be true to yourself. Mom, no.
And Natalie is
Stop.
also. All right, cool. Great job. Go ahead and have a seat, guys. All right, when you're finished, go ahead and have a seat, guys. All right.
You're making it worse.
I'm dying.
Yeah, okay, so we're doing 4, right?
It's really hot, but I just got this coat and I wanted to wear it. And I know it was just be dumb, but I'm wearing it.
So 5, 6,
Oh, I thought you were saying
Like,
this.
thank you. I feel a little stupid.
yeah.
Charger 65. 65 charger.
And then that's one part, so we have to do the other part.
I love cars.
Me
So
too.
wouldn't it just be the backwards of that?
That was really
Oh,
solid.
like
Dang.
Oh my god, that hurt my ears so bad.
Your first previous good job.
Again.
All right, guys. Go ahead and have a seat. Go ahead and have a seat. Go ahead and have a seat. A seat.
Yeah, we did it.
What you talking about?
Okay, I like that. That's very good. You guys, wow, you guys went. Oh, wow, you guys went above and beyond. 41. That's great. All right, that's thorough. I like that. Okay. All right, so you know what, guys? The truth is, Mr. Wee wants to show you the answer, but he's really lazy. He doesn't want to do all the work that you guys did. Wait, what'd you say, Katrina? And what'd you say, Ruby? Wow, thanks. Okay, unashamedly. Okay, so guys, I don't think any of you guys did this incorrectly. So we're at a good, we're at a good standstill. We're at a good place. Okay. What I want you guys to do now, I like that. What I want you guys to do now is grab your graphing calculator. I'm going to show you how to use your graphing calculator now. Okay. Okay. Yes, Indigo. Hold on, Indigo. You will see. It sounds like you already know what to do. Okay, so I have my own version of my calculator up here. When I put it under the document camera, it usually doesn't it doesn't go well. Okay, so I'm gonna show you step by step how to use it right now. So everybody, please press the on button. So guys, can everybody see? Can everybody see my mouse clicker? Okay, my mouse clicker is over here. All right, now it's going to go to the on button. So turn on. Okay. Let me see. Whoops. And do I want to clear the memory? Okay, before you do anything, you don't have to memorize this step, but press second up here, okay? And then when you see the arrow sign, that means you're in the second mode. Anything that's now, all the buttons now, you got to look at the blue, the light blue portion here. It'll tell you what function you're actually using. So I know it's hard to see, but that should say next to the plus sign, mem, okay? Mem, okay? So before we do anything, we're going to reset our calculator, okay? So go all the way down. You can arrow down, okay? Cook, or press the number 7. And then you want to clear the RAM. So press enter and clear all the RAM. So that way you don't have anything wrong on your calculator, okay? Some people get errors. I don't want any errors today. So we're going to start from scratch, okay? See? Okay, so go to second, click second, and then go to the plus sign, okay? And then go down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, to number 7, reset, press enter, and then press enter again. And then it should say, oh, press down. I'm sorry, press down and say reset. Reset. Okay, you should go to RAM and then go to reset, okay? All right, make sure you guys help each other out here, okay? All right. Shh. In the meantime, everyone, please pay attention. I'm going to show you how to graph this on your calculator right now. But go to y is equal to up in the upper left-hand corner. Okay, and try to keep it down because you should hear my fingers click the mouse to know what I'm hitting, okay, when I'm hitting it, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in x squared plus 3, but does anybody know where I hit for x, the variable x? Yes, Indigo. Does everybody see this right here? Hold on, let me see if I press control. Oh, whoops. Yeah, right here. Okay, press this button here, okay? And then you have two options to do the squared button. You can either go here where it says squared, or you can go to the caret sign over here. This is what's called caret. I know that's really weird, but it's got this weird, you can put it to any power you want, okay, if you do the caret sign. Some calculators might have you go up in the corner. Some might actually show the weird arrow sign, okay? It doesn't matter. Press 2. Does anybody want me to start over again? Okay, and then we're going to arrow off now, arrow to the right. And then we're going to plus 3. And then we're going to press enter. Okay. Let's see. And then at this point, I can graph, and it'll show me what the graph roughly looks like. Is that what yours sort of look like? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay. Now, let's say I want to zoom in a little bit. Like, I love Petunia's drawing. Hers is kind of zoomed in. Mine's kind of far. It shows, like, do I really need to know what's going on at the bottom half of this y-axis here? Not really. Or the bottom half of where the x-axis is? Not really. I don't really need to see that. So in the future, if, let's say you see only like a little part of the parabola and you don't see the whole thing, you can change what's called your window. So go to window. And let's take a look at Petunia's, like, I'm going to point with my laser over to Petunia's work of art over here, right? And let's try to scale it just like how she did it, okay? So the first option, so everybody back on my calculator up here, what is the smallest x value on her set of axes? Like, let's look at hers. Like, what was the smallest x value on the x-axis? Like the lowest x value. Yeah, -4 is your lowest x value. So over here, I'm going to push in negative. -4, okay? Then I'm going to arrow down. Let's go down, okay? What's her highest x value? 4, okay? So I'm going to press 4. And then what was her scale? Like each increment like this. 1, 2, 3. Did it go by 2s? Oh, yeah, it went by 1s. Okay, so I'm going to just press 1, okay, and just press enter or down, okay? And then how about her lowest? Now, don't look at the parabola. Look at the axes. What's her lowest y value? Yeah, it's technically just 0. So it starts you off here on the calculator as -10, but in this case, we know that we're not going to see anything below the x-axis in the negative part of the y-axis, okay? And then her highest y value, though. It looks deceptive, but it says 20, okay? So we'll say 20. And what was her scale up on the board there? What is she going by? Is she going by 1s? We'll go by 2s, okay? 2 2s, okay? Now let's graph and let's see if ours looks like hers. Uh-oh, Petunia, are you out of a job now because you can't graph for money now? No, you're like, I don't know, I can still make money on the side, so I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, all right, so that's how the rudimentary way to graph, okay? Don't copy me for a second. Let me see if I can, no. Oh, also, guys, you guys can go along the graph. So if you guys press the button trace right now, you guys can actually move the cursor, and it gives you every single point that's on the graph. Every single point. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? Don't you love hearing all the clicks? Okay. Don't copy me. I'm just seeing if I can. Let's see. Okay, so I'll stop there for now. I was going to show you how to do the tables, but yeah, I don't quite remember that on the top of my head right now. So that'll come another time, okay? All right, everybody comfortable on their TI-83? Yes, Charlie? Is it second graph? Oh, guys, hit second graph. Oh, thank you, Charlie. I appreciate it because look at me, guys. I have a table and I didn't have to do anything, okay? Okay, thank you, Ruby. You guys did all the hard work, but look at me. I'm just here sitting pretty up in my ivory tower. Okay, no pun intended with your name, right? I'm just kidding. Maybe there's a little bit of a pun. Okay, and then you can kind of see, check your work. Is my table correct? I trust your guys' work a lot. So is at 0, do you guys have 3? Okay, at 1, do you guys have 4? So if there's any homework in section 2.1 that asks you to graph and give me a table, you guys can provide me this table here. So this is like a nice little T-chart here, okay? Oh, Katrina's like, oh, you already did it on paper. So for those that have slacked off, here you go, okay? All right. No one slacked off, though. No one slacked. Oh, don't. I'm not glorifying you. I'm not glorifying you guys. All right, wait. So let's take a look at your graph really quick. Can someone tell me the vertex of your parabolas? What is the vertex? The coordinates for your vertex? Yes, Tessa. Okay, it is 0, 3. How about your axis of symmetry? Okay, Hassan or Fayed. I don't know why I keep calling you Hassan. Huh? Well, is it just 0 or how do you say that? Okay, Sierra was about to put you in check. Katrina was about to put you in check. Okay, it is x equals 0, young man. Okay. All right. Very good job, guys. Okay. Let's continue down some notes. I'm gonna teach you some more stuff. Okay. So if you guys want, oh, actually, yeah, there's a third page to this. I'm gonna teach you a little bit more about this stuff. So in parent function, you're gonna write x squared. Okay. So the parent function we're learning today is x squared, and you saw that it generally gives you a u shape. Okay, you can add, so I'm going to laser over to our examples. We can add 3 to this. We can do different things to these examples, but at the heart of it all, it is a x squared U-shaped parabola. Okay, so that's the parent function. Okay, if you still don't know what that means, I gave you a definition on the first page over here. Okay, about what the heck a parent function even is. Okay, we're looking at the family of what we call, it's not just parabolas, guys. We're looking at quadratics. So write this down in your notes. We're specifically looking at quadratics today, okay? Does anybody remember the standard form of your equation or the standard form of a quadratic problem? Or Tessa, yeah. Okay, so you got some pieces there? Okay, Indigo? Oh, yeah, that's the quadratic formula. No, don't. That's not the standard form. Okay, but we're gonna get to that in 2-5. I know you're eager to share that, so I'll come back to you that day. Okay, remind me. All right. Does anybody know the standard form for? Oh yes, Petunia. Okie dokie. So I know in my last example, so you don't have to write this. Okay, don't write this off to the side. I'm just showing you as an example. That last one up here. Can anybody tell me the value of a? What was my a? So let's compare the standard form here to what we had here. We had y is equal to x squared, right? Or actually, let's do y is equal to x squared plus 3. What was my a, technically? Yeah, oh, I agree. Yes, it is 1. What about my b? Where's my b? Oh, if it's not, there is none, so it would be, oh no, it would be, if it was 1, then you would see this, x squared plus x plus 3. The b would be there, right? B would be 1, but there is none. So if there's no x, there is no b. How about c? Hold on. So c is anything that's not attached to an x value. So that would be what, Indigo? That would be a 3, okay? So just technically speaking, there is still an a, a b, and a c, even for the last problem, okay? Though, again, you don't have to write this. You can if you want. It's just optional. It might confuse you more. The type of the graph is a parabola, okay? Your y-intercept will look like this. It will be 0, comma, c. So let me write that down really quick. 0. Yeah, the constant value. So that's why there's a really beautiful thing in standard form. It just gives you what the y-intercept's going to be. And then the axis of symmetry is going to be an equation. So it's going to be x is equal to negative b over 2a. Huh? Okay. And then the vertex, oh, you're going to love this. Okay, it's going to be, sorry about that. It's going to be negative b over 2a, comma. And then we're going to say, you might not understand this part. Don't worry. It's the f of negative b over 2a. Okay? Don't worry. I'll explain what that means in just a second. That looks really scary. Hey. You're absolutely right. It is the function. Yeah. So, okay. All right. Below, we're going to have an example. So now we're going to actually, so this section is called identifying. So identifying characteristics. This is still all 2-1. And then we're going to get to 2-2. We're going to get to 2-2 very soon. Identifying characteristics from functions, And then I'm going to give you a sample problem. And we're going to put all these things that we just have up here into play, okay? So identify characteristics from functions. We're going to have f of x is equal to 3x squared plus, or minus, guys. Sorry, minus 6x. Sorry about that. Just had to make it very clear, okay? Plus 2. Yes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to identify what the axis of symmetry is. Do you know how to do that? Wait, what? Yeah. Oh, you can just put axis, whatever makes you remember your notes. So that's kind of the cool thing now. You're at an age where you don't have to write exactly what's on the board here. If you want to save some time, you can abbreviate. It's up to you now. You're like college level now. Yeah. Oh, I'm slower than that. Indigo, give me a second to process what you just did. Okay, first off, let's identify our A and our B and our C. What is our A equal to? Where is our a? Yes, Tessa. It is the 3. So it is the number that is in front of your x squared, okay? As we saw here. Okay? Anybody else want to tell me the b and the c? Yes, Ivory. B is -6, and then c, Indigo, is what? Okay, so if you remember your axis of symmetry, it is always x is equal to something, so it'd be b, negative b over 2a. What is our our b again? That would be -6, but be very careful, we're taking the negative version of -6, okay? B is -6, we're taking the negative b, so we're taking the negative of -6 over 2 times a, which is 3, and then you get +6 over 6. Dang it, you were right, Indigo. I was going to try to prove you wrong, but you got me. I just can't process that quickly, okay? So forgive me for not processing that quickly, okay? All right, the next thing, guys, is to teach you about what the vertex is. All right, so the vertex, I know it's kind of weird, but you get used to this. Your y can also be written as what's called a function of f of x, okay? So what you're going to do is you're basically going to take y is equal to f of negative b over 2a, which I know is really scary, okay? You don't have to write it like this always in your homework. I'm just showing you basically, you take what you solved up here, your negative b over 2a was 1, right? And you plug it back into the original equation. What was my equation? It was right here, right? So basically, you just take whatever your negative b over 2a was, which was right here. You solve for it. It was 1, okay? And you plug it back into the equation. So it's 3 times 1 squared minus 6 times 1 plus 2. We need to find the y value, okay? The y value. So that's 3 minus 6 plus 2. What is that going to give me? Quick math. Yeah, -1. And then your vertex, guys, is always a coordinate. Remember, let's just take a look really quick, okay? Go back to Petunia's graph or someone else's graph up here. If you look here, the vertex I always ask is a point or coordinate, right? So your final answer is going to be 1, the x coordinate, and you just solve for the y coordinate for the vertex, which is -1, okay? So that's the vertex. And then I believe your last thing that you need to give me is where is the y-intercept going to be? The y-intercept. The y-intercept. What will it be? Yes. Yes. So you take the y-intercept, okay? 0, 2. You just take 0 and then you take whatever your c is, so that's 0 c, which is also equal to 0, 2. This is your final answer here, okay? The axis of symmetry? You solved for it already, right here. One is the axis of symmetry, right? So if you guys want to make a quick graph, no. All right, hold on. So here's what I'm gonna do. Here's how I do my quick graphs. Mr. Wee's quick and crazy graphs, okay? You just make a quick axis like this, y and an x-axis. Then you make equally spaced increments to the best of your ability. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some math teachers are very good at writing clean notes. I was not blessed with that skill, okay? But you can kind of make out what I mean, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start plugging in some stuff. So I always start my graph with the vertex. So my vertex is 1, 1. I'm going to go to 1, positive 1, go down 1. That's my vertex. That is going to be the lowest point of my parabola, okay? Then I'm going to graph my y-intercept next, which is 0, okay? X equals 0, y is equal to 2, 0, 2. And then I'm going to draw the y-intercept to the vertex like that. So I guess it looks like a parabola here, okay? And then I know my vertex, on the other side of the vertex, is going to be like a mirror image of that parabola. And if I did it right, the straight line, I'm going to do a dotted line that hits my vertex, and that's my axis of symmetry. That's it. That's all you need to do, okay? My axis of symmetry is x equals 1. Was that so hard? Not at all. So in the future, if I ask for like a graph, if you essentially have your vertex and maybe one other point, you're done. Okay? Yeah, that's pretty much it, right? So maybe on a quick graph, if you want a quick sketch and you don't want to do a t-table, the most important part is to try to find out where the vertex is, okay? And if you're given this formula, you just need to plug in this the axis of symmetry and then find out the vertex, and you're pretty much done with about 90% of your graph, I feel like. Yeah, Marvel. Oh yeah, I mean, does this look perfect to you? You're kind of like, what should I say about this guy? Okay. As for the X Intercepts, that's what we've been kind of doing the previous sections, but let me give you a practice problem, okay? Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Let me give you a quick practice problem to do at... No, we're going to do it on the board. I'm sorry. Yeah. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. I'm sorry. Okay. You don't have... You don't love... Okay. All right, kids. Here you go. I need the axis of symmetry. I need the y-intercept, and I need the vertex or axis. Yeah, the vertex. Yes, I forgot that. The vertex. I don't even know what I need. Yeah, I'm getting older. I want prune juice. Yeah. For brownie points, you may even graph it quickly. Practice your graphing too if you have time. Let's not get literal about this, but yes. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You are using your graphing skills quite well. All right. Well, Charlie, if you can, do me a favor and do the math to find the vertex and stuff, okay? All right. Charlie was he's testing out his calculator skills. He already graphed it on his graphing calculator, so you can do that too if you want. But show me the work. At least show me the work for how you got the vertex. Yeah, if you're finished already, graph it really quick. See if you can graph it really quick. So for now, don't worry about the X-Intercepts. Don't worry about the X. Just worry about the Y-Intercept. Just the Y-Intercept. Yeah. So don't worry. Yeah. She's trying to multitask right now. She wanted to get the Y-Intercept while you hit the vertex. Yes. Yes.
How do you get rid of one thing? So, like, I don't want to clear the entire equation.
Just
clear that one thing.
Go back. Okay, so hold on. Give me a strong arm, okay? As I don't do too strong because I had a student where I let go of the finger and it. Okay. So, anyways, yeah, hit me pretty hard. Yeah. Okay. I got you. Okay. So, where do you want to?
That negative.
That negative? Yeah. You just go here and then you press delete. Yeah. Yeah, let me show you one more thing. If you ever want to go back, you're like, I forgot to add in something. Come here. So if you ever want to put in something too, you're like, oh, that should have been like a 2 or a 10, not just a 1. You go back, you remember where delete was? It's like right there, right? I go here and I press second delete, and then I can add in stuff there.
Okay.
And then or just go back and delete it again. Okay, there you go.
Thank
Yeah, no worries. If you didn't have time to graph it, it's okay. Did you guys? Yeah. Yeah, too lazy to graph it. I did the work on paper. Is that good? Yeah, all right. Okay, looks good to me. Thank you, Charlie. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay. All right, 10 more seconds. And I'm going to stop you. Where? Oh, wait. Oh, on my t-shirt, you said. Yes, I do. Do you know what tan lines are? You will in time. Yeah. You not yet. Yes. All right. Yeah, it does say tan there, doesn't it? It's hidden stuff that you're gonna learn about. All right, guys, please get back to your desk and check your answers. The convenience and the beauty of this is it's already been done in your book. All right. If you had time, you didn't have to, but here. So the first thing is the vertex. If you look here, the vertex you should have gotten as -1, -5. Your x-intercept should have been 0, -3, even though it says 0, c. It says the y-intercept is -3, but you say 0, -3, okay? And then your axis of symmetry, okay, should be x equals -1. Is everybody good? Now, like I said, I am too lazy to graph this. For brownie points, okay, or actually, okay, for extra credit, if you and a partner right now can graph this on your graphing calculator, so I want to see if you can graph it with a clear window too, like a good window. Like I need to see like at least the vertex, where the vertex would be. If you, as long as your window is good, show me and I will give you and your partner extra credit. Come up here, okay, when you have it. If you don't know, don't be afraid to ask at least one other person. You get up to one person to ask. Be like, hey, man, how'd you do it? Okay, great. Yeah. All right, Marwa. Okay. Marwa. Okay, very good. You have extra credit for today. It is month 2, week 1. Indigo, go ahead, Indigo. Don't be scared. Don't trip. Do not trip over that wire, okay? Yep, very good. Indigo, very good. Watch out. Do not trip over that wire, okay? Do not trip over the... Okay, so the window...
Okay, wait, how do you do that?
Okay, so if you don't like the window, you can actually just zoom standard. You can go back to the way the factory made it. That works for me. Okay. Nat,
Wait, how did you do that?
it was magic. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, that was kind of mean. Go to zoom, and you can zoom out. You can zoom in, or you can go back to the very...
So you zoomed out, right?
I just zoom standard 6. That just sets it right back to the original window. -10, 10, 10, -10, -10. I'll show you in a second. Don't worry. I'll show you in a second. Let me see. Charlie. Okay, Katrina and Charlie. Okay, who else? Okay, so very good, Charlie. That's good. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay, all right. Fayad. I keep calling you Hassan. I don't know why. Fayad. Yes. Oh, but your last name's Hassan, so it still works. Yeah. Okay. 2-2.
the last section.
For this week?
Yeah.
2-3. I'm trying to get to it right now. That's what the other handout's for right now. All right. I'm going to try my best to get to it right now. Huh? All right. I can see the vertex, so that works. Okay. Daish and Sophia. What's up?
I did one of these before and it drew the line on the vertex. Like
Huh.
it did like a different dotted line.
Huh. All right. I guess I'll have to take a look at that. You probably just had y is equal to, and then you. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. And Tessa, one more.
So it's on one minimum. -3. Press enter.
On, did you write your negative with the minus sign or the? That's why. Is this where is it? Right here. You can't put minus. What you do is you press -3 like that. There you go. Okay. Right. But I still don't see the vertex. So,
Yeah, well,
all right. So, sorry. All right, guys. I'm gonna do it really quick. You go to y, and then you're gonna put. What was my equation again? Can someone read me my equation? Oh, hey, guys. Let me hold on, guys. Let me give you guys some tips, okay? Let's say that like a lot of people they're like, I don't want to clear this whole thing just to put in because you see if I press 2, it overwrites that x and all that. It gets really messy, okay? So let's pretend that I still have x squared. So I'm going to get kind of lazy plus 3 here, okay? Just go back, arrow in front of your x, okay? This is a very smart calculator. You press second, and where it says DEL for delete, there's this little thing called that says INS. That means insert. INS, and then press 2. You can insert things into here, okay? So it's 2x squared. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that tidbit. What else is it? 2x squared plus what? 4x minus 6, you said, right? Oh, minus 3, you said? Uh-oh. So as Mara was saying, I added another x. So if you don't know how to delete, you just go to the left. So if you don't know how to delete extra values, so like, oh, I pressed 2x, go to the left. You don't have to clear the whole thing. You just press the delete button once, and there you go. Okay? Okay, so let's take a look at the graph. Okay, can I see my vertex? Yes or no? Okay, so you guys see how you guys were kind of fumbling with the window here, and you guys were trying all these different things. If you're just frustrated out of your mind, there is a button called zoom. You have the option to zoom out. Go down, and you can press zoom out, okay? And then every time you press enter, you zoom out. I wanted you guys to see the value in the zoom out button first, or like I hate setting my window. If you don't have time to set your window on the exam, you have the option to zoom. Let's say, oh no, I zoomed out way too much. Oh, look, and my calculator can't even handle zooming out that far, right? Okay, so stop it, stop. Not you. I'm like my calculator. Okay, I'm getting frustrated on my calculator, so I turn it off. Okay, it won't even turn off. Okay, turn off. Uh-oh. All right, to locate. Okay, it's fine. Let's see if my graph is... Okay, so my graph's still there. Okay, if you keep zooming in and out, so you have the option to zoom in as well, right? But let's just say I can't do it. I just wanted to go back the way it was in the very beginning before Mr. Wee told me to screw up the window. You go down to Z standard, okay? Number 6, you press enter, and then your graph resets itself to the way the factory set the window, okay? And if you look at your window now, everything's back to -10, 10, scale is back to 1, -10, and -10. Does everybody see that now? Okay. So you can play around with that a little bit, okay? All right, guys, let's go on to 2-2. You guys did very, very well. So pat yourself on the shoulder because you guys did very well. I have some extra credit to give out to some people, okay, because you guys did very well. I didn't think any of you guys would get the window in time, but you guys did, surprisingly. So very good, okay? All right, let's do 2-2. There's nothing against you guys. I just... Hold on. Shh. Guys, I can't hear Fayad. What'd you say, Fayad? It's example 4 and 2. Where? This is example 4. Yeah, we're going to 2-2 right now, so. Let's see if we have time. So I'm trying to get through this as fast as I can, okay? Most likely, though, it looks like I'm going to do 2-3 on a video, it looks like. Okay, so 2-2. Shh, girls. Guys. It's okay. solving quadratic equations by graphing. Oh, you guys love this section, right? You guys had a graph this whole time, right? You guys didn't like it? No. Okay, so the first subtopic that we need to go over first is it's just quick review on how you solve for roots, what they call roots. I call them the X-Intercepts. They're just so remember in the last handout I gave you, we figured out what? Vertex? What else was there? Axis of symmetry, and what was the last thing that the Y-intercept, but I didn't ask you to do the X-intercepts. The reason why is because you've already known how to do that already. So let me give you an example problem. This is an example problem. Okay, it's negative x squared plus minus 3x plus 18. Just quick review. What's my a? Yeah, indigo. It's technically negative 1. Okay. How about my b and my c, guys? Negative 3 and then 18 is my c. Okay. So just quick review. But let's go back and kick it to the old school right now and solve for the x-intercept. If you don't know how to do that, let me first start you off by saying if you got a negative number in front of your x squared, I really don't like that. So what I do is I factor out negative 1 out of the x squared. But if I do that to this guy, to be fair, I have to do that to every guy here, okay, on the left-hand side. So I factored out negative 1 out of negative x squared, giving me positive x squared. If I factor out negative 1 out of minus 3x, I should get plus 3x. Yeah, just positive 3x. If I factor out a negative 1 out of a positive 18, it's going to end up giving me negative 18. I think it's a lot easier this way because now, if I just gave you that, the negative 1's always going to be there, but let's factor this out into two binomials. Does anybody remember how to do that? Yes, Fayad. Okay, well, give me step by step. What did you do, though, to get those? Like, how did you do? You're factoring trinomial. So this is a trinomial, 1, 2, 3 terms, right? How did you factor that, though? Oh, you did it that way. Okay, we can do it that way. I was gonna say, if you guys don't remember on the side, we can do it on the side here. On the side here, if you don't remember, I like to do that little diamond. It's okay, it's fine. Yeah, you can use any way that you want to, as long as you get the right answer, it's fine. A times c, that's I know it's negative 1 here, but just focus in here in the parentheses. I factored out negative 1 already, okay? What is my a right now in the parentheses? 1, and then my c is negative 18, right? And then my b is 3. So let's come up with two numbers, okay? Let's come up with two numbers that multiply up to negative 18, but add to positive 3. Yeah, Ivory. 6 times negative 3. If we add these together, you get a positive 3. That's correct. And if I multiply this, I get negative 18, okay? And then at this point, if your a is less than, or if your a is actually equal to 1, you can plug that straight into the binomials, giving me this, x plus 6 and x minus 3. On consideration that we know that we pulled out a negative 1 from the very beginning. So we got to keep that there, okay? And we have to keep that negative 1 there, okay? And we set that equal to 0. The only thing now that we have to do is we have to solve for, let's say, we have to solve for x plus 6 is equal to 0. So you set that equal to 0. And you set x minus 3 is equal to 0, okay? So, and when we set those up, we solve for each one by getting x by themselves. So in this case, when I add x plus 6 is equal to 0, I subtract 6 from both sides. I get x is equal to negative 6, okay? And then over here, I add 3 to both sides, and I get x is equal to 3. Oh, what happened? Oh, so don't worry about the negative 1. Actually, am I right or am I wrong? Huh, does that negative 1 come into play? How could I check to see if I did this right or wrong? Plug it in, or I have a new tool now at my disposal. Guys, you can graph it, okay? You can take your graphing calculator, all right? So let's take our graphing calculator. And let's go back to what the original problem was. So I wanted to review with you by hand how to do that, because that's literally the first example in 2-2. If you remember how to do this, you don't have to wait for my snail pace. I turn on the calculator. I go on to y is equal to, okay? Let's plug in our original equation. I don't want to plug this in because that's my work. I could have done something wrong. Let's put in the original way it was written in the book, or the original way I wrote it. It's negative x. So guys, also negative, don't ever use the minus sign in front of don't ever use the minus sign as a negative sign, okay? Like minus x squared. Because if you try graphing that like right now, it'll say, give me a syntax error, okay? So if that happens, I'm going to clear this. This is the negative sign you want to use for negative. If you want to make something negative, it's right here, okay? Next to the enter button. Negative x squared, okay? I'm going to arrow right. I'm going to subtract 3x, okay? Plus 18. What? No, there's no equal sign. It's just entering, I guess, would just be constitute. Oh, so you don't have to worry about equals 0. So don't worry about that. Just type this in. Let me show you what you're looking for. Whoa. So what do you guys suggest I do if I can't see the whole graph? Yeah, let's zoom out. So let's zoom out. I could just press the button 3, like the number 3, or just go down and press that. I'm going to zoom out once. Okay, all right. It looks like an upside down parabola, right? Why do you think it went upside down? Where in this equation did it make this whole thing upside down? Someone knows? I haven't heard from you, Tessa, in a while. Yeah, your a is negative, so just give me a little heads up. Okay, very good. But what were we solving for? What does this say that we're like? Let's go back to the title of this section. What are we solving for? The roots or the x-intercepts. So let's zoom back in. I already know what it looks like. Let's go back and zoom back in. Press number 2, enter once. Let's figure out by tracing. Let's look at the x-intercepts. I know you guys don't see it, but keep pressing left. Where the heck is it? Okay. Oh, do you guys see it now? If you guys keep pressing left, do you guys see that little cursor there? So I'm gonna, does up work? No, I don't think up works. It's only left and right, okay? So estimate right here. Look at I know it says y is equal to negative, what is it, 0.38, but what is that around? What is that value? Approximately, actually, look at, it's a y value, so even closer, it's closer to 0, right? And if we're looking at x-intercepts, the y value on the x-axis, the y value should always be 0, right? The x-coordinate, I mean. So you're never going to be exactly right, but it's okay, okay? So you got approximately 0.38, and then what is the x value approximately close to? Look at one of our answers back on the document camera. So that tells you, don't worry about that -1 that we factored out. Your x-intercept is indeed -6, okay? How about the other guy over here? How about the other x-intercept? What are we going to have to do for that one? Does anybody know what I have to do on my calculator now? What's up? Yep. Okay, so you guys don't have to click, but let's see who gets there first. Fine. Yes, I can hold it. You're very smart. You got a point. Okay, yes, or okay, so here I'm gonna approximate, like, you see my cursor, it's like really close to the x-axis. I would say x is approximately close to 3, right? That looks good. Okay, so that means our answer is correct. So here's what I'm gonna actually write down too. Let's go back to my document camera really quick. So this part is in your book. Let me show you the part that gives a lot of people confusion, okay? Let's see. When it says solve by graphing, or no, example number 4. Okay, so a lot of people don't like this one, and you guys have some problems, okay, like in your book that that tell you to do something like example number 4. It's really a pain in the butt, okay? In fact, a lot of this section tells you to graph, okay? But if you know how to use your calculator, I am not going to require you to graph anymore, okay? Only if you know how to use the calculator and you provide me the right answers. Let me show you what I'm looking for, okay? So example number 4, they give you a table, right? These values kind of look familiar if you kind of think about it. So let's take a look at this. It says solve x squared plus 6x plus 6 by graphing. Okay, if you see a problem that says by graphing, here's what I actually want you to do. So let's so I know that they look at this table and they approximate things. I don't really want you to do that. I just want you to do it by your own calculator. Okay, so if I may, in your notes here, we're going to kind of emulate that. We're going to say that this is a how to approximate. So they call it how to approximate roots with tables. So this is basically example number 4, tables. We're going to say or graphing calculator. Whoops, sorry. Let me expand this window really quick. Okay, or graphing calculator, calc. I'm going to write calc for graphing calculator. Okay. And let's do 2x squared plus 6x minus 3 is equal to 0. And I want you guys with your calculator at your desk, please give me the x-intercepts by approximating it the way I showed you, okay? Go ahead and do that. It's not going to be perfect. You're not going to find perfect whole numbers, but round, okay? Round to the nearest 10th, okay? So give me the x-intercepts, by graphing in your graphing calculator. The x-intercepts should be 2 coordinates. 2 coordinates. You can do what Luciana said by looking at your table if you want, but what are you looking for on your table? That's kind of another trick too. That's not that easy to do maybe. If you have something, raise your hand and I will check to see if you're correct. Who dares try? Fayad, can you provide me at least one x-intercept? Okay, 0.4, and then, 0.4 comma what? What would be my coordinate for that? 0.4 comma, okay, yes. So for my x-intercepts, the y value should always be 0. So we'll approximate it to 0.4. I'm going to check to see if you're right, okay? Who else wants to give this a try? The other x-intercept. Indigo, did you want to provide one? Okay, so let's write that down. 9.36 comma what? Oh, okay, so that's okay, and then your y coordinate should be 0. Okay, so let's check to see if these are right. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to y is equal to. I'm going to clear this. I'm going to put in 2x squared plus 6x minus 3. So you guys got 3.3, right? Okay, 3.3 comma 0. Let's double check. Let's see and graph it now. Okay, so I'm going to trace. I'm going to kind of approximate it. Okay, that looks to be about 0. I'm going to say that this was good, 0.4. So that looks about good. Let's go over here to the left here. This is a little bit annoying. Come on. And I got about -3. So this one should have been -3.4 comma 0 about. So this one is pretty close, okay? Do you like that these aren't exactly perfect though? Oh, like right on it. It was right on it. If you guys want to get the exact answer, here's one more option. Go to second calc. Second. Oh, sorry. Where it says trace, it should say calc at the top. Calc. Second trace. Okay. No, you're going to go down to, I believe it's intersect. And what you want to do is, okay, so it's going to ask you for the first curve, so don't worry about that. Just press enter. Wait, no, hold on. I'm sorry. I picked the wrong one. Sorry. Press second. Sorry, go back to second trace. I picked the wrong option. Where was it? Okay, I believe it's 0. So let's go to 0. Second, 0. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to trap, sorry, let me go back here. You're going to trap the X-Intercept. So what you're going to do, what I mean by that is you got to set a boundary, a left boundary. You want to trap it with a wall to the left, like a point to the left of the X-Intercept. So I'm going to go a little bit like maybe a few points to the left of my X-Intercept. So I went up here, like I pressed left twice and I press enter. It's going to ask me to trap it to the right. So I'm going to maybe go, so I know my X-Intercept is around right here, but I'm going to maybe trap it by going one coordinate to the right. I'm going to press enter. It's going to ask you to guess, but that doesn't mean anything. Just press enter again. And there you go. That is the exact X-Intercept. It's negative 3.4364. So if you want to do the exact number, that's how you're going to do it, okay? And for the other one, let's try the other one. We're going to do second calc, go down to 0 again. And then for the other guy, you're going to trap this guy anywhere to the left of him. I like to get kind of close, so I know the X-Intercept's about right here. I'm going to go to the left. I'm going to trap him to the left here. I'm going to go a little bit to the right of the X-Intercept. Press enter again. It's going to ask me to guess. Press enter again. And then my final answer should have been about, so this should have been about 0.436, comma 0. And the last one I think was, I forget what the last one was. What was this one here? What was my coordinate to the left, guys? Minus 3.41, comma 0. Okay, so on your homework, as long as you know how to graph it, you can either trace it or you can do it the exact way I just taught you. Either way is fine. Just list me the roots. You don't have to graph it on 2-2, okay? Okay, that's the end of class. Go ahead and pack up, okay? Put away your chairs. Wait, hold on. Actually, stop for 1 second. I got 2 things to tell you, okay? So you're going to return your calculators, and there will be a video on 2-3. Do not throw away, what is it? There's the other handout here. You're going to need it to take notes. From the library. So give me 1 second. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Don't throw away this handout. You need these handouts to go through the video. I'm going to post up the video hopefully by tomorrow night. So please watch it, or else I'm not going to go through 2.3 in class with you guys, okay? All right, guys, that's it. You guys have a great day.